This is Dr. Mark Winegar for the HTML prep course. And we're talking colors in this screencast. The world is a feast of color. Let's go out to W3 School's HTML text and look at the chapter Colors. The first thing to understand about color is that every color is a combination of three primary colors. And those colors are red, yellow, and blue. Now I know the text says red, green, and blue. In a computer, we don't have a yellow gun to show yellow colors. What we have is a green, and so we combine red, green, and blue as the primary colors. We still accomplish getting 16 million different colors on your computer screen, but that's a drop in the bucket to the color array around us in the real world. Now, to blend a color, again, it's so many characters of, or so many units of red, so many units of green, and so many units of blue, and we express these units as hexadecimal numbers. That's when you go look at the source code of web pages, you'll see colors expressed most often as a 6-digit number. And if you take a look at the chart here, let me move down just a tad. Okay, the numbers are preceded by a pound sign, which is always the case. We precede a number by a pound sign to indicate that it's a hexadecimal number following as opposed to text. So, a little more on color theory. The total absence of color is black. Now think about that. Light comes from the sun. And when the sun is set and it's night and there's no moon out and there's heavy cloud cover to block out any light that might come from the stars, here in South Dakota, it's virtually black because we don't have a lot of street lights. That's the absence of color because you don't have any light. The presence, the full presence of the maximum amount of red and green and blue gives us white. White is the full presence of all colors. Anything else is a combination of red, green, and blue. That's less than the full extent. Like I said before, there are 16 million different colors. Now, in this chart, they're demonstrating different values for the color red. And you'll notice that the first 2 digits represent red. And so we start out with the value all zeros, and we get black. And then we move up the red just a little bit to 8. And we start to see, if we're very good, we might be able to perceive some red. I can't see it. They move it up to 10, and it looks the same to me. 18, something's different, but I can't put my finger on it. 20, yeah, okay, maybe. 28, now it's starting. 30, yeah. I get up to 38, And now I can start to sense the red. 40 definitely is a very dark burgundy. 48. And as we move up, let's go at the other end of the chart. FF 0000 is full intensity of the red light, but no green and no blue. So that's as red as you can possibly get. The next chart shows us different shades of gray. Again, we start out with black. Our color number is all zeros. No red, no green, no blue. The next shade up, we get to 8 units of each. 08, 08, 08. And I can't perceive the difference. I can't really see it when we move up to 10 units of each. Now 18 units of each, when it's sitting next to the previous color, I can start to perceive something, but for me it starts at 20 units of red, green, and blue. Okay, 28 more so. At 30 units of each, yeah, that to me, 28 and 30 units of each starts to look to me like charcoal gray. Let's go down to the other end of the spectrum. Okay? Again, all F's is the full amount of red, green, and blue light. We're at white. But if we back off that, go to F8 units of red, green, and blue, it's kind of an off-white. And you can see as these numbers go down, it gets darker. Okay? So, the lower the number, the darker we get. The higher the number, the lighter we get. That's because we're adding light in one of those spectrums, red, green, or blue. Now, there are some web-safe colors. And here's a web-safe color chart that you'll want to refer to. And you can Google this and find it online. But these web-safe colors are colors that hold true on almost every web browser, every computer screen. It's kind of limited, but if you want it to look exactly the same, no matter what computer your viewer's using or what browser they happen to be using, you'd want to stick with a color from this chart. And that's all for this lesson and all for this screencast. So take a look through, and next time our screencast will be on color names. See you then.